Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. Um, I bought this dress and scarf before, just before the start of Ramadan, or like the first week of Ramadan or something like that. But I don't know. But when I got the dress, I was like, wait a minute. I thought it was gonna be a little bit different, more silkier, and the scarf didn't match with it at all. But the pictures made it look like it matched. So I was kind of disappointed in that. And then the dress was too long. In this video, I will be altering my Eid dress and making accessories to go with it. And I am a petite woman, so I had to cut off some inches off the dress because I'm not trying to have the dress dragging on the floor. So I'm carefully measuring out and lining everything up properly so that I can cut out an even line and have a straight hem. This dress is pretty wide, the hem, so it took a while just to do that. You can see I'm cutting it out. I wish I had different scissors, but I no longer have those, so I have to replace everything. Because, you know, I'm in a new city and all that. So, and it took me years to accumulate the amount of stuff I had. And I'll probably show you another video with what I had before. So this is part of the hem that I cut off. So and I am splitting it so that I can use that for the edging of a long khimar. Because I want the khimar to match with the dress, even though the khimar is a different color than the dress. It took a while for me to figure out what kind of thread I want to have with it because I don't have the thread in the correct color. It doesn't match. It's not the same shade of pink or green, so it's like handling it with one that's close enough. I wanted to be very careful with the hem because, as I stated in a previous video, my sewing machine can be iffy when it comes to how it sews. So and I was actually surprised that the lines were actually straight on both sides of the fabric. That hasn't happened in a while, so I guess there are some fabrics it likes and some fabric it doesn't. So I don't like the inconsistency of. As you can see, I have a dress on, and you can see how long it is after I cut it, because I wanted to retain some length. And I'm looking at it to make sure like the hem isn't too high on one side and whatnot. And so this is where I made a large mistake. I regret making because it made the process even longer. I shouldn't have started sewing the edges together on this strip. I shouldn't have made that seam at all. That long piece of fabric along the scarf I'm planning on wearing. And this is a really, really long one. This is like 48 by, yeah, it's a 48 by 48 scarf, so it's really, really long. Got more to do before I try to figure out how I'm gonna sew it or whatever. I'll figure it out. I soon realized that I had the scarf folded incorrectly because I had it folded so that the outsides, the wrong side of the fabric is on the outside, so I had to change that. As I was sewing this together, quickly realized my mistake. I shouldn't have even done this technique. So I thought I was going to be able to do it properly, but unfortunately, I didn't make the line straight enough. So I am now having to take out all the stitches because look at that. Because I didn't do it evenly. I didn't cut it evenly. So when I started trying to fold it, my folding, I couldn't fold it because certain areas were thicker, certain areas of the fabric was too thin for me to properly turn it. So this is what it looked like. So I'm gonna actually take out all the stitches, iron it out, and I'm probably gonna just sew the fabric to itself because I wanted it folded because it is very long, right? Because it's really long, but anyway, probably gonna sew it together so that I don't end up with a bottom with one side of it slipping out like it has done before. I think I already got that part sewn out, but you can see over here that wasn't correct. It's not already sewn. Yeah, I already took out the part where it slipped out, so I cannot show you that. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna take all these out, take out all the stitching, even the one that I did before, iron it out, and then instead of showing it on here, I mean, instead of showing it like what I did before, I'm a I'm gonna show it directly on here. Flip it over. I'm probably gonna iron that down again so I can have it just really nice and straight, and then sew that part down, and hopefully I'll end up with a better edge. I should have did that in the first place instead of going with my intrusive thought of try to find a shortcut to do something that I know that I'm not even supposed to be doing. There's better techniques to be doing, but you can see how those stitches are like. For some reason, like with this fabric, it's actually showing. I'm not into with a whole bunch of jagged looking stitches, but I guess like my sewing machine like some fabrics and hates others. It's so weird. So I am sewing both I have the kimar folded in a triangle, and I'm sewing the sides together so it could be one large triangle. And throughout this whole process, I'm like constantly thinking, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? Because it is so long. and and I just happened to find this kimar in the house. So, um, I'm like, you know what? I should use this. Yeah. And so here I am showing the pink fabric onto the kimar. But before I did that, I made sure all the stitches were out and I ironed it. I still have to do some finishing touches on it. And then you see I'm going back. I folded it over and I'm showing it down so it could be a nice little edging on the kimar. And as you can see, it looks so much better. But there's still finishing touches that I need to do. So I'm now working on a third piece, which will be like a little headband, kind of like a headband. Under my kimar, that part will be showing, so it looks more, cohesive. And this is what it looks like when you're wearing it. This is actually on the day of Eid, so Um, this whole video like took about a week to do, if not like a little bit less. Thank you for watching.